And welcome back to another episode of Financially Forever After. We are your hosts, Lindsay and
Brett Schunkweiler.
Here to give you some tips on some love and relationship advice, and also a little bit of finance as well.
You know
what they should be investing in, and terms that I clearly don't always know the meaning of, nor do I always think everyone else does as well.
You're
I think
right.
you sometimes have the mindset of a financial advisor and you just assume everyone knows
Not true.
what a bull and bear market are. So
Well, we know that, a bear market
it's not naked.
is
It's
not
a
somebody naked
market.
out there in the market. Like we figured that out from a previous episode, that
Yeah.
that is not the case.
Absolutely.
But I do see you're wearing your festive green there. It looks like Christmas
know.
time.
It's
You
finally starting to
for
feel like
Christmas time?
fall here. It's been kind of nice during the day. It's like 70s, and then at night it's nice and crisp. So I do like the change. I seen a thing on the Facebook recently. It was like the changes in the Midwest. It's like you start out your morning dressed for winter, and you have your coat and your hat and your like big rolly coat. Then by the middle of the day, it's fall, so you have your light jacket, maybe nice sweater. And then by the afternoon, it's summer. You gotta switch to shorts. And then back to winter by the time the sun goes down. So we really get all types of weather here in the Midwest.
Yeah, you never know.
So
what you're gonna get.
so the green, I mean, the minute Halloween is over, the minute the kids come back from trick-or-treating, the next morning,
It's all
guess
Christmas.
what's coming?
All Christmas all the time.
Guess
All of
what's
your
coming?
What do we got? 9 totes. 9 totes for just the house. Just the house alone.
That's just the inside. That's not counting my totes for the outside.
Yeah,
as
there's
well.
a couple years, you don't know this, you do now though, that I just forget to mention that we have some totes in the
I
garage.
knew it. I was like, I know I have stuff, and I have it in my mind of like what last year looked like. So if you do that, then it just makes me feel crazy because I'm like, I know I had this last year.
Okay, so this is how OCD she is. She literally takes pictures of how it was the previous
Yeah.
year, and she will not start decorating until you have the pictures.
Yeah.
Like, oh, bring up all 9 boxes or 9 totes, and then you start decorating. Like,
It's got to be like exactly the same because then I know
Oh my
I am
gosh.
like, and I do feel bad because our youngest daughter does like to decorate, and I do let her, but I always move it because it's
Mhm.
like she'll put like leaves on the stairs, and I'm like, why? That doesn't even make logical sense. Why would we put leaves on the stairs? So she loves to decorate.
Well, she's like, hey,
and
can I help out mom? And I'm like, oh, good luck. Good luck
I
letting
let
mom help.
her.
Yeah. She's like, you're like,
You know what
"Oh."
I've gotten good at doing though is like, here's a bunch of decorations that I'm not using. Go decorate your room, and then she just goes to town with her room. So I think that works
And
pretty
you love
well.
it, and you get your
Yeah,
perfect
and then I can
OCD
nicely
Christmas
shut the door
decorations
and-
ready to go.
And not have to look at her hodgepodge of different colors and decor. And yeah, it works for her. It works for me, and everybody's happy.
Yeah.
So yeah,
you know what-
decorating for Christmas, and the amount of Christmas decorations, which I haven't really done inventory this year. There might be something new
no,
and
there's way too
exciting
much. No.
that might be coming out that I need to see. This
Survey says always no. Always
This
no.
is why we work as a couple.
Oh
you,
my
you
gosh.
don't see the value in these things.
No.
I do, and usually I win this battle.
You usually win the battle, even though, like, for Halloween, what did we do? We got 2 gigantic skeletons.
Oh.
One was a skeleton. What was the other one? Like some
It
monster-looking
was
creature?
like a Grim Reaper, yeah.
Grim Reaper.
Yeah.
We literally live on the end of like a little, what do you call it, outlet? I don't know, cul-de-sac type of thing. But there's just farm ground around. There's no other houses, so no one comes to visit other than if you're family or friends. So no one actually sees these decorations.
I mean, the mailman and the UPS person,
But we
they
gotta
get
have
a
them.
real treat
We gotta have them
on
though.
the daily Amazon purchases that I have them deliver. So, and our child likes it. She loves the decor. She's all about Halloween. We have one daughter that's all about Halloween, and one that's all about Christmas. So
You know what? While you're bringing this up, it made me think of something because you talked about the Amazon person. It
Mhm.
made me think of a different episode that we had, and we talked a little bit about, what is our limit, right? What's the limit that we have before we need to run it by the other person?
mm-hmm.
So I get a call from you this last week, and you ask what? What's the question that you asked me?
I asked what was the amount that it had to be before we talked about it.
Before we talked about it. So she goes, what's the amount? Was it $300 or was it $500? And I answered wrong. Let's just be real. I answered that wrong because we agreed on $500. And I was honest. I said $500. Her immediate response was, okay, great. That's all I needed. Bye. And you hang up. And I'm like, there's other phone calls you don't want to get, but that's one you don't want to get. Like, what? Like, okay.
I mean, I stuck
What's
to
happening?
our agreement. It was under the amount we agreed on.
She's like, okay, I'm going shopping.
No.
This is 300. This is another
No.
300. But
yeah,
I need to
that's
pay for this
true.
first.
That's true.
And
If
then I'm
they're
going to do
different-
another purchase for another 300.
if-
Oh, it wasn't on the same ticket.
Yeah, if there
so-
are different transactions, it starts all over.
Oh, see, no.
You never told me it was all rolled into one on different transactions. So
Uh-huh.
there's a loophole.
I don't know if I like this loophole. But you don't want to call. What was our limit again?
This
Yeah.
is why we work so well in our relationship and our marriage. We
Mm-hmm.
have this fun push and pull every year with
You know what it was probably for? Christmas item. You probably were buying some.
100% wood.
Oh my gosh. A needless Christmas item that we do. Someone asked because I told some clients I met with later that day. And they're like, well, what did she get? I'm like, I don't know. Probably some useless mall junk we didn't need. And then they're like, yeah, sometimes that's the best kind. I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think it is.
Oh, what's that line from the movie? It's like, you're in for a real treat from Family Christmas Vacation.
Christmas
Oh,
Vacation.
that's the best movie. Can't wait for the holidays. Okay, so circling back on our topics of the day.
We were circling on anything. I don't know if
I know
circling on
we're
anything yet.
not even. We haven't even started.
Oh, that's all good.
Our we've bantered and got off topic too much here,
Oh,
but
no,
no,
we're good.
we want to go into kind of the relationship stuff we wanted to talk about today, and we talked a little bit about previous relationships of, how you find someone that maybe you align in certain areas, maybe you don't align in certain areas, but like deciding, is this worth pursuing? But the term of the day I thought was pretty fitting for our relationship, which I'm actually excited because, again, you haven't heard these words before. I'm finding these on relationship websites online, so I'm having fun with this because I've been out of the dating pool a very long time. So some of these terms are actually new to me as well. But the fact that you have never heard of these.
I would sure hope that you've been out as long as I have.
Yes, that is correct. But okay, so the term today that we're going to talk about is called freak matching.
Whoa.
Take a guess what
What
you think freak matching means.
The first thought is wrong. I know that's
First thought wrong.
First thought wrong.
That's usually the case.
Freak matching.
You know what it makes it? That song, it's like freak-a-leak, freak-a-leak.
Oh my gosh. Freak matching. I mean, I don't know if you have like some fantasies that, this person wants to be a vampire, this person wants to be a vampire.
So you're pulling in the
Or
fantasy books.
freak.
Think of it as a new dating term.
This is a dating
This is a
term.
dating
New
term.
people know this. Like
Yeah, I
people
would
that are
say-
dating in this.
I'd say,
day
yeah,
and
people
age.
that are dating or meeting people online probably
It's
know
called
what this
freak
term.
dating.
No, freak matching.
Freak matching. I don't know, makes you think that you're gonna go on like Halloween thing, like match. Okay,
Well, you're not.
I'm gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna be, I don't know, the Hulk, and you're gonna be the princess, and we're gonna match because we got two fairy tale customers or characters or something of that nature.
Okay, well, the Hulk is a real person, so that
The
wouldn't
Hulk
be-
is not a real person.
Oh,
What are you talking about?
I was-
Oh my
I
gosh. You wear green and you think you know everything about green people, or what?
I
What's
was
going on?
literally thinking
What the Hulk is a real
Hulk
person.
Hogan. I was like, that's a person. So
No, like
not
Marvel Hulk.
okay.
Hulk Hogan.
Now I understand where you're going. So you're not entirely wrong. Okay.
Okay, hold on. You know that's like not his real name, Hulk, right?
Yeah, it's Bruce Banner. So
No, I'm talking Hulk Hogan.
yeah, I know that's not his real name as well. I don't even know his real
I
name.
don't know his real name, but I know it's not.
Yeah, Bruce Banner is also the Hulk's real name.
Yes,
I understand.
which is a movie character, not real. Just so you know.
Yeah, but he's a real man.
Oh, there you go.
He is a man,
Okay.
and he turns into a
Yes.
a
freak.
a freak.
Turns into a freak. There we go.
So, okay,
Circling all
again,
back
you're
around
not
here.
entirely wrong. So, freak matching, in by definition, it's a shared quirk, eccentricity, or weirdness. So, for instance, you brought up the dragons and the fairy tale stuff. So, there are those festivals every year, the medieval festivals, or there's this new thing called fantasy balls. And they're like a ball. I knew you were gonna go there. I knew.
Get your mind right there.
Okay. But you're wrong. Okay, so these are basically people that are into like the fantasy romance, and but there's gatherings
There you go.
where you dress up as these characters, or dress in attire to attend these events.
It makes me think of like Star Wars. See people dress up like Chewbacca
Absolutely.
and Princess Leia and Luke.
Yeah.
And, all
so
those people.
Let's say you were super into that, and so by freak matching, I would be your Princess Leia to your Luke Skywalker.
Okay, there you go.
So we match. And I think there is a lot to say for this term as far as a relationship goes. I think when you are getting into a relationship, it's very important you match in a little bit of weirdness, because if you're a weirdo and I'm just
which
like,
you are,
no, I don't want anything to do with his weird, that just isn't going to work. You have to be able to kind of banter and joke around like we do. And, again, if you're into Star Wars,
you don't have to love it. You just got to
No,
be okay with it.
right.
It's like, all right.
So if I want you to dress up as a bat boy for Halloween.
Oh, I thought you say Princess Leia. I'm like,
No.
I am not going to be Princess Leia.
No, back to the romantic fantasy books that
Bat
we're
boy. What the heck is a bat
Oh,
boy?
I can't wait to discuss this on
Oh,
future episodes
gosh.
with you. But yes,
I think of like Batman. Like
no,
the sun or something.
no. This is entirely different, and we will definitely be covering this in a future episode.
Does he have freak balls?
Oh my gosh, that's too much.
Where are we going? Where are we going with this?
Okay, so that in itself is people, again, freak matching. You're matching each other's freaks, your weirdness. So let's get into spinning this into financial. So you match in some regards. Let's say in a lot of ways you match. Let's say you like to travel together. You like to go to basketball games together or sporting events. But for you as a financial advisor, let's say you have a new couple coming in, they're getting married. They match on things in a lot of regards, but when it comes to finance, maybe they don't. Maybe one sees the value in investing in the stock market. They want to use their money that they're combining and get going and put it into the stock market. And let's say their partner sees the value in life insurance. They want to invest in life insurance, and they're planning on having kids or starting a family, and they want to have life insurance for if something were to happen in the future. So how do you, as an advisor, sitting down with this couple, what would you say to them? How do you plan for, investing and figuring out where they should go?
Well, see, it's all about trying to connect the dots in the most efficient way for them. So when you start, it's like, all right, well, what's your goals? So, different people have different goals in mind. Well, one of them could have, hey, I want the life insurance. The other one wants to invest. I think going back to your freak magic, was it freak magic?
Freak matching.
Freak matching thing. You might say, all right, well, guess what? Maybe it's wanting to, maybe you want to go to one of those festivals. Like maybe you want to go to a Star Wars festival. You guys matched your freaks, and you want to go do that. It sounds weird, yeah.
So weird.
But that's going to cost money, right? So you're like, all right, well, you might want to do some of the basic stuff first. Going back to your first question, it's like, all right, as you're younger, getting started, what do you want to do? Well, you want to have enough money in checking and savings accounts to where you don't have to worry. You might say, hey, let's build up 10 grand or 15 grand so where you don't have to worry. So you could take a mini trip somewhere, or from a life insurance standpoint, you do want to make sure that you take care of your loved ones in regards to life insurance. And you don't have to have a permanent policy. Permanent policy lasts as long as you do. And sometimes they can have some benefits, but you at least need to cover, your income. So if I'm making 100 grand a year and I'm 30 years old, knowing that you're going to work 30 plus years, you might say, all right, well, I need life insurance for at least 30 years to cover my spouse or my children. So you take, all right, 100,000 times 30 years, that's about 3 million. So you might need 3 million to coverage. And I'm not saying you need all that, Linz, but you might want to at least, get something between 0 and 3 million or closer to that to help protect your family. So that one individual, they might be right and say, all right, well, we do need to get some life insurance. And the other one that wanted to save, like, okay, yeah, you definitely need to save, but you got to have some basic things set up first. So you build up the checking and savings. So you could save some into like stocks and mutual funds, and could save some into that. But if you want to take this trip to go see, Star Wars, other creatures, and Princess Leia and everything else, like, you got to jointly figure out how much you're going to save for that, or how much you're going to save for a trip. Yeah. Right. And like, all right, well, how far out is it? Oh, well, we have one of these once every year and we love going, and we meet some new friends there and we want to go to that. And okay, well, that really costs us probably all in about $3,500 to go. Mm-hmm. Well, we know it's every March every year. And so therefore, right now you could say it's just make up a month. It's September. Okay, great. Well, then how much are we going to need to save between now and then to make that happen? Or do we have enough in our emergency fund and some checking and savings? Or, do you have that 10 to 15 grand saved? And you might say, well, we only have 2 grand saved, but we just love to go and we can't miss it. And like, okay, well, is that the most smart financial decision? Mm-hmm. Probably not, right? Because what if your car breaks down, or, your fridge goes out or something of that nature? Like, sometimes you got to forego some of the things that you really want to do for some of the necessities. So you got to be smart about it. Now, granted, so I don't want you to give up stuff, but
your Star Wars party at home.
There you go. See, exactly,
Still get to have your cake and eat it too. Maybe not as fun as going to these huge ones in California.
Fly that freak flag at home.
Yeah,
rather
let your freak flag fly.
Yep, let it be at home. Invite some friends, have a party. But there's different ways you can do it. Have a costume party and have, some of those people come, or, but you just need to be smart about how you do it. You don't want to throw all your money out the way just to say, we had this great trip, and now, oh my gosh, we put it all on credit cards.
Yeah.
And then that's just a vicious cycle. So once you get the amount of money that you need saved right away, then you can start do some of those fun things and start planning that out. But way too many people don't do that first step.
What would you say, though, in that regard? Is like life insurance, you're not getting the payout. Like, that's only unforeseeable things happening.
Oh, contraire, my dear. Lady
okay,
here.
But for a new couple that are just getting started, they're not seeing the return on that, because it's not like you're putting your money into an investment where it's going to grow, and then you can use it like in 6 months to go to this festival.
Yes, you're correct.
So because I'm thinking back to when we were younger and we were investing to begin with. I, at the time, didn't see the value in life insurance because we didn't have kids at the time. And, we both had jobs, but it wasn't just something I thought about like, okay, well, if he dies, I need to worry about life insurance. I wanted the instant gratification of having the money now.
Show me the money.
Yeah, exactly. So for our case, or maybe, again, newer couples that are just getting started and maybe they're married and want to start investing but seeing some return right away, what would you suggest for those couples?
So there is money that you need, kind of like rainy day money, and there's money that you want to start investing. But it all goes back down to the bare minimum basics. Like, you need about 6 months worth of income saved. So that doesn't mean it always has to sit in like a checking or savings or some type of account that's not earning much. We could still keep it liquid. So for instance, Linz, if you and I wanted to say, hey, we want to invest some money and we want to keep it liquid, like, you can go and just buy a particular stock or a couple different stocks, or buy some mutual funds, and know that the market might go up or down, but you can still keep it liquid. So the market trades pretty much every single day from 8:30 to 3 that the market's open, Monday through Fridays, as long as it's on a holiday or something of that nature. So you can buy and sell stocks throughout the course of the day if you wanted to. So let's just say this morning the stock market's open and I put $10,000 in Amazon stock. Just make it simple. And then 3 weeks from now, we're like, oh my gosh, we need this money for whatever reason possible. Probably not a whole lot's happened in the market within 3 weeks. So that Amazon stock might be $10,200. So then we could cash out if we absolutely needed to at that point in time. Or like, I went down to 9,800. Okay, well, it goes up and down. But if you need it right away, you can get it pretty soon. So there's different instruments you can invest in for keeping it liquid and safe. But you really need about 6 months of your income kind of saved as a, in your back pocket, little rainy day stuff.
Okay, that's very sound advice.
Yeah,
So
I think so.
for all our little freak listeners out there, you can definitely have your cake and eat it too if you're doing the right investments.
I guess so, yeah.
So thank you for joining us on another episode of Financially Forever After, a Love and Money podcast. We will look for you on future episodes to come where we will talk about more investment advice, love, and different relationship terms that Brett obviously will have no idea what it means. So
100% agree.
thanks for joining us.